Did you know just one kiss could send your newborn straight to the ICU? Doctors call it the silent danger because something that's completely harmless for adults can be life-threatening for a tiny baby. And this isn't some rare, scary story. It's something that happens in almost every home every single day. So the real question is, how does something so small become so dangerous? To understand the answer, think about a sponge. When a sponge is brand new, it soaks up everything instantly. Water, dirt, anything. It hasn't learned yet what to absorb and what to reject. A newborn's immune system works exactly the same way. It's still learning what to fight off and what to ignore. It doesn't come preloaded with defenses. It builds them slowly, week by week, through exposure, trial, and error. And speaking of that little new sponge, if you've got one at home right now, drop their name in the comments below, because what you're about to learn might be exactly what keeps them safe. Because until that immune system finishes learning, the baby stays vulnerable to even the smallest things. And this is where the real story begins. Most adults carry a virus quietly on their lips, HSV1. In grown-ups, it occasionally shows up as a small cold sore, then disappears on its own. An adult's immune system handles it without a problem. But if that same virus reaches a newborn's mouth or eyes, it can turn into something called neonatal herpes, a serious condition that can affect the baby's brain and organs. In the most severe cases, doctors say it can even become life-threatening within just days of exposure. And here's the scariest part. The person carrying that virus doesn't even need to have a visible sore. Sometimes the virus stays active without showing any signs at all, which means the relative who's lovingly kissing the baby right now might have no idea what they're bringing with them. There's no warning sign, no smell, no color change, no fever. Absolutely nothing that tells you it's there. Now think of it a different way, like a door with no lock on it yet. A baby's skin and mucous membranes, the delicate lining around the mouth, eyes, and nose, work just like that unlocked door. Adult skin is thick and tough, basically a closed door. But a baby's body is still building that lock, which means it's just as easy for viruses and bacteria to walk right in as it is to walk through a door with no lock. And it's not just the mouth. Even a gentle touch from unwashed hands can carry the same risk, because that same unlocked door exists all over a newborn's skin. Now, here's where a common myth gets busted. People think, I'm not sick, I'm perfectly healthy, so how could my kiss be dangerous? But science says otherwise. It's not just HSV1. Ordinary flu viruses, RSV, and even common cold viruses, which are minor for an adult, can turn into pneumonia for a baby. According to the CDC, RSV is one of the leading causes of hospitalization for young children every year. And pediatricians point out that the first 6 to 8 weeks are the riskiest window of all. The baby is running mostly on temporary antibodies borrowed from the mother, while its own defenses are still under construction. Second myth, avoiding sick people is enough. But the truth is, any virus can be contagious a day or two before symptoms even show up, meaning the person spreading it often doesn't know they're contagious themselves. And here's the interesting part. The danger usually doesn't come from strangers. It comes from inside the home. Grandparents, aunts, uncles, the very people who love the baby the most. And that's exactly why they end up kissing them the most too. It's almost ironic. The more visits, the more love, the more exposure. There's a third factor most people never even think about: timing. A newborn's first weeks are also when the house is fullest, when relatives fly in, friends stop by, and everyone wants to hold the baby, take a photo, and lean in for that perfect kiss. Which means the riskiest moment for the baby's immune system is often the exact moment everyone is most excited to celebrate, right when the guest list and the germ exposure are both at their peak. So, does that mean showing love is wrong? Not at all. Most parents and relatives make this mistake not out of carelessness, but out of love. The problem isn't intention, it's a lack of information. And that information alone can save a life. Once a family understands this, the change usually isn't dramatic or difficult. It's a simple habit that becomes second nature within days. And most relatives are actually relieved to hear there's an easy, guilt-free alternative. So, what's a safe way to show love instead? Doctors suggest a kiss on the forehead, the safest spot, a gentle hug, eye contact with a smile, talking softly, holding the baby's tiny hand. All of these build just as much bonding without opening that door. In fact, many pediatricians say babies respond just as strongly to a parent's voice and touch as they do to a kiss, sometimes even more. Next time you're about to lean in and kiss a newborn on the cheek, take 1 second to pause. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. One small piece of knowledge, until that sponge fully learns to protect itself, can shield that baby from real danger. And maybe that's what real love actually is, knowing when and how to show it. If you think every parent should know this, make sure to share this video, and don't forget to drop your baby's name in the comments.